Hi, beautiful people. How are you? This is Bethany Gagnier, founder of Numinous, the organization that sponsors the Global Peaceful Cities Project. And tomorrow we are starting a year-long peace project, and we're kicking it off with a one-week Take the Happiness Challenge. So in this video, actually what I want to give you is the secret sauce to happiness. I just wrote a book on this called Becoming a Consciousness Athlete, a step-by-step program to heighten consciousness for daily happiness. And I'm going to chunk my book down right into a sentence or two, okay? So the whole book, I'm going to give it to you basically right here so that you understand that how happiness is accessible to you, and how when you come into your own happiness, you're actually able to come into greater happiness for other people and send it off to the whole. And I'll explain why. So basically, here's happiness in a totally streamlined thing. Your spirit is reined into the body and you're anchored down into the body. So you're coming into command of your nervous system. You're not just letting your nervous system run you all wild and just kind of like be tossed around by your own thoughts or whatever. No, you're come into mastery of your own nervous system, and you're anchoring your awareness deep down into the lower body and being very, very present. You're pulling your spirit in and down, okay? Now what that does is lower your brain waves, and it takes you out of that anxiety brain waves that people often get into substance abuse because they're trying to silence that inner, I call it the inner terrorist, it's often called the inner critic. So they're trying to silence the inner terrorist with alcohol or whatever it is. But really reining your spirit in, anchoring down in the lower body, you go into the lower brain waves and the terrorist goes away. Now it's not that simple. That's why we train like athletes, because we have to condition the nervous system to be able to do this. If your nervous system has been running wild for decades, then reining it back in is going to take some effort, which is why I call it a consciousness athlete, because you're conditioning. But here's the thing that drives me to do all that I do, everything, is that when we come into that place, then the next thing we're going to do is broaden our awareness into the field around us. We're going to become aware of our biofield around us, okay? So just to let you know, disease starts in the biofield before it gets hardened into the body. So we're going to become aware of the energy field, and I guarantee you that if you're walking around depressed and miserable, your energy field is somewhat contracted, you're pulled in, there's somewhere where your energy is not running vibrantly, okay? So we're going to become aware of the energy field, but here's where it gets super exciting to me and what motivates me to do this work year after year, okay? The next thing we're going to do is become aware of our connection to the whole. As Neil deGrasse Tyson said, we are connected atomically to everything there is. Okay, we are connected to the whole, and all the physicists say it. But you can hear that, but if you're in beta brainwaves, you're not going to really get that. But when we're tuned a little bit differently and we expand our awareness, then we realize we have greater influence than we were taught, right? It's kind of like if I were to, if I were to say like right now your big toe. I just mentioned big toe. So you probably weren't even thinking about your big toe until I mentioned it. So in biofeedback, there's something called with awareness comes control. So now that you're aware of your big toe, you can take your awareness down into your toe. Need some water. Take your awareness down into your toe and then influence it, right? And so that's essentially what we're doing. We're expanding our awareness out. We're going to expand our awareness out and expand. And what happens is you start to become aware that you're connected to the whole. And that's when we can invite blessings. Let me just back up. Each time we expand out or expand the nervous system is going into greater coherence. Your brain is going into greater coherence, okay? So, and when you're in a greater coherent nervous system, you feel at more peace, you feel whole in one, all of that. But then at that point, now you've become aware that you're connected to the field. So now when we invoke blessings and love and light to bathe this planet in light and to connect to each other in the etheric and light and beauty and goodness and sweetness, right? It's like we could give the whole world a beautiful, loving, healing touch treatment or healing Reiki treatment or whatever you want to call it, okay? Because it's just love. It's just the frequency of love. That's all we're doing, okay? But if it's so hard for people to grok that somehow they could influence the whole, but you can, but we're so much more powerful when we do this together. I have about an 8,000 people reach. If we could get like 6,000 people every day going and just just blessing this planet, loving this planet, moving their own nervous system into those gorgeous expanded spaces so that you're walking through your own life more liberated, more whole, more free, even though you're maybe facing somber situations, but you're in your own integrity, you're in your own dignity, you're in your own honor, and you're in your own beauty. And then we practice every day to just expand out and just bathe and bathe. And we're asking for the highest and best for all concerned, because the universe is like that. It can take in all the different needs of all the different people and calculate things to move, but we have to kind of ask for the order, right? Everything will just stay in chaos unless we come into, unless we ask for the blessings to occur, okay? So that's why I do this peace project. That's the secret sauce of happiness. I'm doing this free program for an entire year to get you to move your nervous system into those spaces. Use it. Become a consciousness athlete. Every day, go to your mat saying, you know what? I'm going to get up better than I sat down. I'm going to bless the whole. I'm going to remember how important I am to the whole, and I'm going to do my part to make a difference in this world, to be part of the solution instead of walking around in horror about what's happening. Okay? Does that sound like a really good deal? Absolutely. 20 minutes a day, that's it. So please take the Happiness Challenge. Go to consciousnessathletes.com. Take the Happiness Challenge. Make sure you start the meditations to January 15th, tomorrow, and stay in the loop. And let's do this, right? Let's. Beauty is strength. Sweetness is strength. Let's remind people of the beauty within them, which is why I say, hello, beautiful people, because I want you to remember that underneath any noise is gorgeousness. And let's all remember the journey that we really could be on here, okay? All right, thank you all so much. Take care. Please share this. Bye-bye.